salvete, discipuli, discipulaeque. You've seen three tenses, three verb tenses so far in Latin. There are a total of six tenses in Latin, and today you'll begin looking at the other three. The six verb tenses in Latin are divided into two different systems, as we call them, the present system and the perfect system. And each one of those systems has three tenses in it. So the present system includes the three tenses that you've seen so far, the present, imperfect, and future. The present system tenses look at action as it's happening, whether it's happening now in the present, whether it was happening in the past, or will be happening in the future. The perfect system, on the other hand, is a little bit different, as we're going to see. The perfect system looks at action that has already been completed. The Latin word perfectus means completed, as from the verb perficio, perficere, to do completely. So the three tenses in the perfect system are called the perfect tense for completed action. So, for instance, me sit, we would translate he has sent, or we can just use the simple past in English, he sent. The pluperfect tense, that's completed action in the past. We'd always translate this into English with the helping verb had. He had sent. That is, he had sent before another action happened in the past. He had sent the letter before he left home. Notice both of those actions are in the past. The one in the pluperfect happened and was completed first. And the third tense, the future perfect tense. This is for completed action in the future. It hasn't happened yet, but it will happen before something else. For instance, misere, he will have sent. He will have sent the letter before he leaves home. Now, in English, we don't use the future perfect tense as much anymore as we do in Latin, but we still use it in English for emphasis. Fortunately, verbs in the perfect system are much easier to form than they were in the present system. There are none of those messy theme vowels. It doesn't even matter what conjugation it is because everything's done the same way, even irregular verbs like the verb sum. So let's look at how the perfect system is formed. As with the present system, our first step is to get our stem. And by the way, for the perfect system, the active forms and the passive forms use a different stem. The passive forms use the fourth principal part, and we don't have to worry about that now. So when we talk about the perfect tenses, we mean perfect active. First thing, go to the third principal part and drop the I, because that I is really, as we're going to see, the first person singular perfect ending. You have to take off the ending to get the stem. Drop the I from the third principal part, no matter how funny the third principal part looks, no matter how different it looks from the other principal parts. That's your perfect stem. All right, so drop the I, there's your stem. Now, most first conjugation verbs have V in that third principal part, like laudo, laudare, laudavi, laudatum. Fine, drop the I. We'll see so a lot of fourth conjugation verbs and some other ones as well have that V, but only if it's there. Like a lot of verbs don't have it. Look at mitto, mitto, mitre, misi, missum. So here, drop the I, miss, M-I-S, with one S, right? That is your present, or your perfect, rather, your perfect active stem. I mentioned sum up above. Sum, esse fui. Nothing's irregular in the perfect system. Everything follows the same rules. Drop the I. Your perfect stem is fu, even though it looks nothing like the other principal parts, right? So I was, fui. Fui means I was, perfect tense. So next step, add the endings directly to the stem. Again, no messy theme vowels here. Just add the endings to the stem. So for mitto, mitre, mises, misi, misisti, misit, misimus, misistis, miserat. Those are your perfect endings. E, isti, it, emis, istis, erat. Kind of like the other endings you've seen, a little different. They take a little bit of getting used to. Fortunately, the imperfect, or rather the pluperfect and the future perfect endings are much more like what we're used to. In fact, the pluperfect endings look just like the imperfect forms of sum, only here they're endings, right? Iram, iras, irat, iramis, iratus, irant. So take that third principal part minus the I, mito, mitre, misi, it's mis, M-I-S, mis, iram, mis, iras, mis, irat, mis, iramis, mis, iratus, mis, irant, right? I had sent, you had sent, he, she, it had sent, etc. Future perfect is similar. They look just like the future forms of sum, except there's an exception here, so pay attention to this. Otherwise, it's going to make life difficult. The third person plural, the ending for the future perfect is erint, whereas the future tense form of sum was erunt, right? So your endings are o, eris, erit, eremus, eritus, erint, which gives you misero, miseris, miserit, miserimus, miseritus, miserint. All right, now let's recap what the three perfect system tenses mean. First of all, the perfect tense is just action, completed action before the present. For instance, epistulam misit nunc domo discedit. He sent the letter, now he's leaving home. Or you say he has sent the letter and now he's leaving home. That with the has in English that's called the present perfect and it serves the same purpose. But we can simply use simple past in English as well. The perfect tense in Latin covers a little more ground. Pluperfect, completed before another action in the past. Epistula miserat dende domo discessit, right? He had sent the letter. We always use the helping verb had for this in English. Then he left home. And the future perfect for an action that will be completed before some other action in the future. Epistulam miserit deinde domo discedet. He will have sent the letter. Then he will leave home. And in English, we kind of simplify the tenses a little bit. We would say he will send the letter, then he'll leave home, right? But when we're being precise in English, we still use that future perfect to specify. He will have sent the letter before he leaves home. One last point. We saw with the perfect tense, it can be translated like the present perfect in English. He has sent, or just the simple past, he sent. Well, we saw also the imperfect could also be translated with the simple past in English. Mittebat could also be he sent, because there is no simple past tense in Latin. And sometimes that's the case. But remember, they're telling us two different things about action in the past. And it might help to remember that the imperfect tense, think of it, mittebat, he was sending, is like a video, for instance. Misit, perfect tense, is more like a photograph. And here's Banana Monkey to help us see the difference between the two.